That day will be marked by defiant protests in more than 1,000 other cities across the country. Each red dot represents one of the 1,800 No Kings rallies in which demonstrators will speak out against President Trump's policies. There are several here in DFW, from Fort Worth to Frisco, and Governor Abbott is already mobilizing forces to contain them. Dia Walsh here with the latest on the state's plans.
Well, Chris, we just learned some new details today, and the governor is deploying 2,000 DPS troopers, 5,000 National Guard troops to, quote, maintain law and order. He says he will have them strategically positioned throughout the state, but it's a lot of ground to cover. Here's a look at all the protests that is, planned for just North Texas alone. They're expected to take place in more than a dozen cities here. It'll be a similar story in other big metro areas like Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. This week, 4 police officers were injured and 13 people were arrested during anti-immigration raid protests in Austin. Someone was live streaming as the DPS prepared to release tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd.
We were just doing our job as press, recording important social political movements, making sure that, all of it was captured for accountability purposes.
In Dallas Monday, protesters rallied near the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. Things remained peaceful until after nightfall, when participants threw water bottles at the officers. Just last night, several hundred demonstrators gathered near the Alamo for a protest of their own. The governor deployed National Guard troops there, urging demonstrators to keep the protests peaceful or face consequences.
There is freedom of speech. However, if in your protest you damage somebody's property or you harm an individual, that's violating the law and you will be arrested for it.
Most of the protests are set to begin Saturday morning around 10 or 11 a.m. If you'd like to know more, we've got a full explainer of what these No Kings protests are on WFAA.com. Chris?